Hello. Experiment today is density of solids and liquids. You can print out the worksheet of this experiment from your canvas. Okay, go to Home, scroll down until you see tentative schedule. Look for today's date. Then on the right-hand side, click on the link to the worksheet of density of solids and liquids. Print out the worksheet. Let's talk about the purpose of the experiment. The purpose of this experiment is to learn how to find the density of solid objects and density of the liquid sample. Density is a unique physical property of any substance. Okay? It can be calculated, the density can be found or can be calculated if you know mass of that object and you know the volume corresponding to that object. Yeah? So density equal to mass divided by volume. For this assignment, you will measure the volume of the solid and the volume of the liquid in milliliter ml. 1 milliliter is defined to be exactly equal to 1 centimeter cube. The unit of density, therefore, because mass is gram and volume is milliliter, so density is grams per mil. All right, in pre-lab question, how do you find the density of a solid object? How does that process differ from how you find the density of a liquid sample? So in this case, think about it and you propose your hypothesis. Okay, like what do you think? What do you think that how is it different? Okay. Then when you're done with the pre-lab question, we're gonna start on procedure in section 1. So start your virtual physical science, all right, and then select density of solid and liquid. So all right, so this time you click the density. Okay, I'm gonna move this a little bit. So, all right, so they ask you. So the first procedure in section 1, you are going to learn how to obtain the density of solid. The solid in this case is plastic. Okay, so you're gonna scroll. Okay, every time you scroll to the year, you click to that. Not even click, you just move on. The cursor will tell you carbon, cement, cesium, cherry wood, all the way, and then you find plastic. So locate plastic. Then they ask you to move it and place it on the balance. So you move that and place it on the balance. You will record the mass of the plastic ball. So you go down here to the your sample will be plastic mass. You will record the mass here. Okay. Next, you will drag the on the lab bench. You will see 250 ml graduate cylinder. Okay. So here is the graduate cylinder. You just click on it. So this is called graduate cylinder. So you can click on that. They will show you that you're going to zoom in. So let me move this here so you can see. Okay. So when this is empty, so they ask you this time to fill that with the unique virtual fluid. So we can go down here. Okay. The arrow up and down. So this is water. This is virtual fluid D. You can highlight this. Okay. You can use this one if you want to. Okay. You can use fluid C. Okay. If let's see, how about B? Let's go to B, purple, or you can go to A, orange. Okay, so whichever one you like, if you like what color you like. Okay, I'm gonna use fluid A. You can use A, B, C, or D. Now, then we can will fill the graduate cylinder. Fill that. We're gonna see what happened. Okay, look at the level of the fluid. Okay, it's right here. So each one of these is 2 mil. So this is 230. So this is 228. This is 226. So you have to decide. So every time you do this, okay, it will be different. So if two of you get exactly the same value, it's impossible. So if you make sure you do not want to cheat, you have to do your own work. Okay. So you're gonna put that the volume of virtual fluid. This is initial. Okay. Then what you're gonna do next is you are going to place plastic, put it here, and then you have to drop it. Now you're gonna see the volume go up, and then you record the value, the new value. So this will be the volume of the fluid and sample. To get the volume of the sample itself is the difference between volume of virtual fluid and sample and volume of the virtual fluid all by itself. The difference between these two numbers will give you the volume of sample. Okay? Now you have the volume of sample, you know mass, okay? You know mass of the sample, you know volume of sample, you can calculate density. Okay? So number one, when they ask you to calculate and record the volume, make sure you show your calculation number one, number two, number three, okay? Number one, number two, number three, you have to both show your calculation and answer question and explain. So make sure you explain that. All right, let's move on to procedure in section 2. In section 2, we are going to be looking at the density of the liquid all by itself. So this time, density of liquid. So they ask you to scroll through the liquid, okay, until you find the ethanol. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to scroll all the way until you find the ethanol. All right. Now, before anything else, I got to clean up. Okay, don't forget to clean up. Click on this. Now you clean up. Now, then same thing. You zoom in. Okay, when it's empty, then you fill it. Now, so you can find this is the. You can see that this is the uh, initial volume. Okay, this is going to this one. All right, let me see. So this time the volume of the sample go here. Okay, so whatever you see right here go into the volume of sample. All right. Next, when we get the volume, let me move the volume just a tiny bit. Okay, you can see better. All right. So now you are going to get the beaker. Okay, you measure the beaker. Then that is mass of the empty beaker going here. Okay, so your sample will be ethanol. Mass of the empty beaker. Okay, again, you will get different number. All right. Then you will place the mass of the beaker and sample. So you're going to try to pour the ethanol in here. So sometimes I have a good luck with this. See, sometimes I don't. The second time. Okay, you notice that the mass of the mass is getting higher. So this one here, mass of the beaker plus sample will go into this column. Okay, so the difference between mass of beaker and sample and mass of empty beaker, the difference between these two number will give you mass of the sample. All right. Now you can calculate the density of your sample of your liquid if you know mass of the liquid. In this case, you know mass of liquid. You know the volume of the liquid. Then you can calculate density. Right, on the procedure, number 2, make sure you show all your calculation. On number 4, I said show your calculation. It means you got to show me how you get that number. Just don't give me just a final answer. Okay, I will deduct points. So 4, 5, okay, 4 and 5. Make sure you show your calculation. Number 6, explain what caused some materials to float in water while others sink. Okay. Number 7 is your hypothesis. In other words, if they ask you if the plastic sample were placed in the ethanol, would it float or sink? So that is your hypothesis. What do you think? Okay. And explain why. Okay. Make sure you explain why. And on the extension activity, you test your hypothesis. You test your hypothesis here. Okay? And you've got to show me, explain to me. Okay? Is your hypothesis correct or not, and why or why not? All right. All right. If you have, and that's it for today. If you have any question, please let me know. Okay. Bye bye.